Hey everyone, I'm excited to share this with you. This is an interview with one of my best friends, Kate. Her and her partner, Ben, are two just amazingly generous, kind human beings. It's an honor to be their friend. I'm so excited to show you how much fun Kate and I had. This is hopefully a glimpse into what some of my interviews are going to look like with all of the amazing, kind people that I meet along the way. I hope you have as much fun as Kate and I did on this walk. I don't know if that's possible. My GoPro ended up cutting out after about an hour of footage, so I was able to edit it down to about 30. Feel free to skip through. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Like if you like it and dislike if you don't.
Hello again.
Hi. Yeah.
They say the 12th time's a charm.
But it's cold enough to make your nose run.
Okay, right in the microphone. That would be really
I
loud.
just blow my nose really. I wonder if Tommy's just going to be listening to the audio later.
Yeah. I wonder if you can pick up Chicago over there. Oh, we can a little. It's way out there, but it's out there.
It's there. I wonder if we'll go by the football players.
Yeah, maybe we'll hear them go.
Let me sing. Oh wait, no, they're the same.
Yeah, there's some detritus on
There's
the,
some detritus
there's some detritus over there. Hi.
So cute.
That's cute. So, okay, let me ask you this. When do you think you realized, like, maybe one of your first kind people in your life? Like, how old do you think you were when you were like, oh, you had that empathy or something clicked in you where you're like, this is kindness or this person is being kind?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think like my neighbor Molly.
Ooh.
It was like she was an older girl, you know what I mean? And like I didn't have a lot of female friends because I was homeschooled, and all the kids in the neighborhood were boys.
Okay.
But she was so sweet to me, and like I remember one time I like hurt myself and she gave me a Band-Aid. And she was an older girl, so she didn't need to talk to me, you know?
Aww.
So that was a really big deal. So it was probably Molly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I still think of her sometimes. I hope she's doing well.
So incredible.
Yeah, and I haven't seen her since I was 9.
I was gonna say, so
Yeah.
you were 9 years old, and the fact that
Younger.
left such an impression on you is beautiful.
Yeah, when she moved away, I like wept for 3 days, and we were not even that close. I was like, Molly!
Oh my god.
But like that's how important kindness is it's like a food, you know?
Well, and
like
the
you
fact
need it.
that you still like think about her and
Yeah.
she still like comes up and you were 9 and I don't know how long do you think you knew her for?
Like a few years maybe,
Okay.
maybe. And like she let me sit on her waterbed. That was another thing. That
gosh.
was so kind.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but just those little like, oh, I see you as a person, and like, even though you're younger, was really beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I did not, that's the first time I've ever heard that story and I've
Yeah.
known you, I feel like, for so long.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Molly.
Molly. Molly, if you're out there,
If you're
we
out
love
there
you.
listening, Molly, yeah, you're changing the world.
How do you think that kindness affected you later in life? Or did it? Or maybe it did or didn't?
I mean, I think like 3 things pop into my mind, and like this answer might change tomorrow, I don't know. But
Sure.
like, I do think it gives you the value of kindness, right? Like when you feel it in your body like that, when somebody treats you like that, you want to pass it forward. Or at least that's how I felt about it. And I also do think, like we've talked about it too, like I was kind of a weird kid, so I got picked on a lot.
Me too.
And I do, and I do.
Yeah, we won the Weird Children Award. Yeah.
But I think sometimes when you know what it is to be treated without kindness, it makes you appreciate kindness. Like doing without makes you thirsty to give it and to receive it. So yeah, I mean, like I do think it affected me in a way, but like between the kindness of Molly and the bullying, it was like, oh, kindness is vital.
Yeah.
I also too, I read a list of human needs, and kindness is a need. Like to be treated with kindness and to give kindness is a human need like food, and we don't treat it like that. which
That's
is interesting.
pretty mind-blowing.
Pretty mind-blowing, yeah.
That's like one of those facts where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I never really
obviously.
thought
Yeah.
of kindness as a need.
It's a fucking need, yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have someone later in your life where their kindness affected you in a way that also changed you? Because I feel like it's one thing when you're a kiddo.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the big one that always comes to mind, I was in college and I wasn't doing very well. And then I was gonna have to take a few years off. And I ended up only having to take a semester off because this really kind couple named Richard and Jenna, who are like our age now when this is happening.
Wild
Yeah.
to think of, yeah.
Wild to think about. They had a huge house and they let me and 2 other college students that were good friends of mine live with them. And it was a really small rent, but what they did is they took that money and they put it in a savings account for each of us. And so when we graduated, we had a little bit of money. And like, that's the only way that I was able to go to Chicago, or like, I went to LA first, and then I was able to go to Chicago because of that nest egg they saved for me, but I would have been fucked without it. And like,
How did you know that?
I didn't. My roommate knew them, and we went to dinner to have an interview.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And now they're like the 2 of the most formative people in my life, and I still talk to them regularly and love them very much. And like, but just beautiful, loving, kind people who let 3 college-age children. Can you imagine right now living with 3 college-age kids?
No.
I couldn't. I'm like,
No.
the amount of generosity and like the fucking love that they showed. They taught us how to cook. Like, they gave us life skills. They taught us how to do laundry. Like, which is stuff that we probably should have known before. But like, I was ruining my clothes and like, I didn't know how to cook shit. And yeah, can I cuss as much as I've been?
Sure.
Yeah, great. Okay. So they, no, but they, yeah, hugely fucking formative, and I would have been a really different person without them. I was also like suicidal at that time, and just to have kindness and a place to ask questions and like to feel loved unconditionally,
Oh God.
was everything. Yeah, life changing.
That is. I don't think everyone gets to experience that. To that like what you experienced in such a like formative way, to have that happen at a time you really needed it.
Yeah.
And I think there are so many people out there like that. And I imagine we all have like maybe similar stories, but like that's another level.
It is another.
Yeah.
Like to the point that.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. Maybe in like a different way, but I could not live with 3 college-age students for 4 years.
No.
I couldn't do it.
As a former college-age student.
Yeah,
No.
they were so patient with us.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
I would not want to live with me.
No.
My roommate and I had like a cardboard box as a trash can.
No,
We put a
I know.
bag in
I
it.
know.
What
I know.
were we doing?
And we like, yeah, and we, oh man, there were so many things we did that were like, we were weird kids, and they were so loving. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've heard of them before, but to hear you like talk about them again,
Yeah.
it's so heartening to go out and be like, let's like find those people.
Yeah.
So let's say you had like any amount of resources
Yeah. Ooh.
and they were around the corners.
Oh, is
hello.
it okay to say hello? Oh no, it's
Oh,
okay.
you're fine, you're fine. Some friends.
Such cute dogs.
Some
Yeah.
friends. And you have an unlimited amount of resources.
Okay.
And we like run into them. They're like right around the corner over there. And we're like, oh my God. What would you, do you have anything in particular like that you would want to like do for them? Or is there anything that you would be like, oh my God, I'd love to do this?
Yeah, they love to travel.
Okay.
I would love to give them like a lifetime's worth of amazing trips, you know, because like they don't, because of how much they give, like they donate, they have jobs that like pay decently, but because they're public service jobs, like not as much. And
Yeah.
and they love to travel, so I would love to just be like, here's $1 million, see the
Yeah.
world, like
Yeah.
in a way that you want. Also, they love Dave Matthews tickets, so I would contact
Okay.
Dave. They're Dave Matthews groupies. They go every summer, and they have the same people they see.
Okay.
So I would probably get in touch with Dave Matthews and be like, look, I have all the money in the world, Dave.
Do we think Dave is cool enough?
I don't know. I have no idea, but like I would at least try it. And if he wasn't, I would never tell them.
Yeah, we don't want to. Oh
ruin
my
that.
gosh, we don't want to ruin Dave Matthews.
But I would be like, this is meet Dave. Here are these crazy backstage tickets, and also see the world. I think that's what I would do.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Which way do you want to go?
You want to go see the ducks?
Yeah. There are some ducks.
Yeah.
There they are.
Hey, ducks. Oh, I love when they fly.
That's so nice. I know.
know,
Off
same.
camera, we've mentioned so many times how nice today is.
It's beautiful.
But
yeah, it's
It's like
so,
the sun is like actually trying to make an appearance.
Yeah, it's like here. It's.
Oh my gosh! Hello, duckies.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Hello, quack quacks.
Hello, little quack quack.
Hello, quackers.
Oh, that sun on that those pretty feathers.
Yeah.
So this is cool. Just a little wooden block.
Oh, look at that wooden block. Yeah, wooden block.
Pretty cool.
That was not kind. That was not kind of me to kick that wooden block. Oh my gosh, the sun is feeling amazing. Oh.
I feel kindness from the sun right
I
now.
do feel kindness from the sun right now. Oh.
I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too.
Sorry, this kid is killing it.
Yeah.
She's just like
They
going
really
at
are.
everything.
I would show this child like murdering this ice. I don't want to put them on camera, I
No.
suppose, but I
She's
really like
cool,
going
though.
to town. Yeah.
She's got a pickaxe and
Yeah,
it's just
I
like.
feel like I might be
pushing
a
through there.
witness though at a trial, so I don't want
Yeah, so we can move
to move along. This child is gonna murder someone. Shall we try and cross this like
This marsh?
river? Yeah, the marsh.
The marshy marsh.
Marshy marsh. Oh goodness.
Oh no, your shoes.
It's
Are your
fine.
feet wet?
Maybe. That would be fine.
That wasn't very kind of me. To
No. It wasn't very smart of me to
yeah.
like try and go through with like these and you know.
What are your feet gonna feel if we go this way?
This is our current situation.
You want to go back to
back
the
this
same
way.
crowd? Okay.
We're just gonna keep walking circles around. This is so much fun. We should walk around the beach and film ourselves around it.
I'm in. You let me know. I'll meet
Great.
you in Florida.
Oh yeah, that's right. We'll go.
We'll do that beach.
We're gonna come back and do this again in Florida.
Yeah.
There's something really
Oh, they're
great
so pretty.
about the seagulls and the duckies.
Especially on those ice caps. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
Good. It is beautiful. Oh.
What was your favorite moment of kindness when you were little? Your
Oh my
first
gosh.
moment of kindness.
It's been turned back onto me.
I know. Da-da! Oh, this is scrooshy.
This
We've got to
is
save your
scrooshy.
feet. Do you want to get on my back?
I love the idea of that and also feel like we would eat it in the sand.
I don't know, Tommy. I'm really strong.
No, it's not a question of your strength. It is more of the
Just
sketchy, icy conditions. More so.
We can go that way. That's how we came over, right?
Yeah.
Or we can just keep going back and
I don't
forth.
know how we got here.
I
The
genuinely
birds
don't
are
know.
circling though. Oh, this is a little terrifying.
They know that we're going down.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah, they do. Okay. You've hit me with my own question.
Yeah. Your
Well
first
done.
memory. Thank you. Your first memory of kindness.
My first memory of kindness.
Yeah.
Ooh. Gosh. I think it goes back to my sister like sharing with me
Oh.
and like playing with me and like
Yeah.
I think like it goes back to that of
When she's older too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it changed later, and she was like, "I don't want to play with you anymore, annoying little brother." but like there was a time when we were younger, and we would go. We had like 10 acres of property at the time, and there were like these like bee boxes that were like abandoned. It was really weird. And we like built these tunnels together, and we like go through these like bee boxes. And we had this like tunnel system.
That's so cool.
It was, and it was just like that invitation to play, even from like a sibling, was an early kind of memory as a kiddo of being like, oh, that was actually a subtle thing that I didn't think of till now, actually having to answer that question and be like, oh my gosh, that was a really nice gesture of kindness from her to include her brother in, you know, that, which I think I took for granted until thinking about it just now.
Super interesting. It's like also too, there's an element of like both of us being smaller and like somebody bigger than you being kind has such an impact.
Oh, that's
like,
a great connection.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. What about your first memory of kindness as an adult?
Ooh.
Or your like a big one that pops up?
Yeah. Well, I think we both had college. We both, and I know we talked about it before, truly college saviors.
Yeah.
Of like someone who, my person, their name was David, and he was my professor from college. He's a theater professor of mine. And like with you, also helped me monetarily.
Yeah.
And I was really struggling and kind of like you, and I know we've talked a lot about our mental health and like some of the challenges, especially in college, of what that was like.
Yeah.
And I think I was out of money. I didn't have anything, and he gave me as a gift $2,000, and I was
so beautiful.
It's still to this day I think the most one of the most amazing things that anyone has ever done to me. And I was dealing with suicidal ideation. I was ready, and a huge stress of that was that I was gonna have to drop out of school too, and I was like, I'm ready to go like try and camp on the school grounds in a tent, and to have someone extend that kindness and not say it was alone.
Yeah.
Right? And just say, this is a gift that you never have to repay. It changed my life. It changed my life. It's why I'm doing this. In large part, right? Is because of him and other situations of kindness that I've experienced. And so there's my
beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Wild. And,
but like,
and
just because. Like that's so beautiful. I love the point that you brought up too. No expectation. Like no expectation of return is such an important element to it. Of like, especially when you're that kid and like you're under so much financial and world stress and mental health stress. Like, you don't know where you're gonna have money again. Like, you know what I mean? You can't pay that shit back.
Man, it was ramen and peanut butter. Baby.
Yeah. Pop-Tarts and peanut butter. Yeah, we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're in the same vein. I was just in awe of this person who was willing to do that, and I think saved my life genuinely.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, wow, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky, and now I get to try and put a little bit of that back, into the world.
That's so beautiful. Well, and like, not everybody does that, That's like, I love that about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I love that about you because you are also one of the kindest people that I know. And it's so nice to just, I don't know, walk around this beach in circles.
I know, it really is nice. I know. With the
Have you
seagulls.
seen these ice caps?
It's so pretty.
Oh. I wish I had GPS enabled and it'd just be like
Little circles.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's like a meditation garden though. It's really nice.
Yeah, we are in the meditation garden.
I have so many questions about Lake Michigan that I don't want to Google. I like the idea that I'm learning as I observe them.
I like that idea, but I don't know if I've learned anything yet.
I've learned that for some reason this beach is the only one that gets wildlife like samples. Like the other beaches don't have that.
Yeah. Well, the crab.
There were crab claws
yes,
here
the
on
crab
this
claws.
beach.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, there were crab claws.
Crab claws on this
Many
beach.
crab claws on this beach, and I didn't know that they lived in Lake Michigan.
You know what I thought earlier when we were off camera when you mentioned the crab claws that I didn't say to you?
What?
No, it's not that. But I instantly thought, I was like, I bet some like rich people on a yacht like drove
Just
by and
threw
they threw
their
their crab dinner. And then I thought to myself, I was
That
like,
would be so sad.
well, it would be, but then I thought to myself, and I was like, that's dumb. I don't need to show Kate how dumb I am.
We'll wait till we're
I'll say
recording.
that. Yeah, yeah, I'll wait until I'm recording, and then I'll show how dumb I am. So.
That's not dumb. I love
it's
it.
not
I think I
smart.
want to read a story about it.
But like, what a weird place to jump to of like, how did these crab claws get? Oh, rich people on a yacht threw
Rich
their
people.
crab dinner overboard.
I stood them with like ascots and like
Yeah.
long pearls.
Instead
and
of-
like, oh, my crab.
Yes, that's my crab. Instead of like your very logical idea that maybe like
Crabs
this
live in
body of water contains crabs. Like maybe that's what's going on.
But like freshwater crabs, is that a thing in like Michigan?
That's gotta be.
It has to be now.
It's a better idea than rich people throwing their crab dinners overboard. Attention, everyone. It's been 48 hours. We've been trapped on this same circle of sand.
We
don't
can't
know
get
how to
out.
get out. Please, if you know a way to get off of this sandbar.
If you find us, tell our loved ones we miss them.
Mom, I love you. Should we try and escape?
Do you want to, or are we
This
enjoying
is
being
pretty
trapped?
fun.
It's pretty cool.
You know what? I do want to walk out there though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're escaping.
Now I'm like, where are the crab claws?
Oh, yeah.
The seagulls
Oh my
for
gosh.
sure got them. Are
Real-
your feet gonna be okay going this way?
Oh, my feet are fine.
Okay.
I don't think they really got that wet.
Okay.
Yeah, it worked out. Captured on film
Yeah.
are in sync
We still don't know what that's
exclamations.
called.
I think it's an exclamation.
It's an exclamation?
I don't know. I think exclamation is a little bit more like whatever
Yeah.
we're doing. Our size,
Our size, our vocal, all our vocal patterns are
Vocal.
like in sync.
they are. They really are.
Oh, look at the little mini pine conifer tree.
It is a mini pine conifer tree.
Yeah. I was gonna say pine, and then like I don't know if it's
no,
a pine
you're
or
right.
not.
I believe it is both a conifer and a pine.
Well, it would be the same, but I don't know if it's a pine.
I bet. So
Right?
first of all, you're right on both levels.
Thank you.
And I think there's not, acknowledging that someone's right is being kind.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Unless they're wrong. And then you're just a liar. I don't know.
Then you're just, what's the word? Then you're just
Flatterer?
placating them,
Oh, placating.
right? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are placating them.
Yeah.
For
Be kind. Don't be a placater.
Yeah.
That's the T-shirt I'll get you.
I would love that. Legit. That's pretty legit.
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I love that. I love that. I love eavesdropping on people.
Oh my God, me too.
I hope
wonder-
the microphones picked it up.
I wonder if they can hear us when we're whispering. The microphones.
I think they're pretty sensitive.
It's amazing. I mean,
How
they heard that
sensitive
bell.
are they?
Can you hear me?
I'm sensitive.
I'm so sensitive. I feel like we timed it perfectly too, because this was so busy a minute ago.
Yeah, it really was,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's like nobody here now. This is awesome.
Yeah. Now this is good. Gonna try and get us with the old Chicago view, maybe.
Oh yeah,
That might be doing it.
it looks about right.
It smells like the ocean. It smells
Yeah.
like dead crabs.
Yeah. It is my favorite smell, I think, though. You know those fairy books that I love so much?
Yes.
The lead character
love
that
them.
I'm super into smells like sea and citrus. I'm just like, Sarah Mass, you get me.
We have to. If I were to do something kind for you, it would be getting you connected with Sarah Mass.
No, I don't want to meet my heroes.
It's time. It's time for you to meet your
No.
hero. Look at this view.
Oh,
I mean, come on. That's pretty great.
it's so beautiful.
I am gonna miss Chicago in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but it's pretty cold standing here.
I can't feel my fingers.
No. Look at those giant glaciers.
I love them.
Chicago glaciers. Oh,
So pretty.
oh my! Watch out for that.
Oh.
Don't want to die.
Oh my God. Sorry, you had a question. I got distracted.
Yeah, I did too. I love a good tangent, though. You know.
Yeah.
Do you have something kind that you did that you're really proud of? Where you were like, I'm gonna put myself out there to help this person. I know a lot of things you have done that are kind, but I'm curious from your perspective, what's maybe one of the things you're most proud of that you've done for someone else?
It is interesting when you ask me that question. Like the other questions, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll talk about how everybody else has been kind until doomsday.
Yeah.
But it does my, like, when your throat constricts and you're like,
Uh-huh.
we've opened up our home to have people stay with us for long periods of times before. And
I have been one of those guests where you were
only
very
for a
kind and
very
let me
limited
in.
amount of time.
I still didn't have a home, and you let me into your home.
But also, you're like family. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was very nice.
But I loved it. There have been people who were not like family, and that was hard.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was, yeah, but it made me think of Richard and Jenna. You know what I mean? Like when they let me stay with them, and like.
So that like carried over?
It was nice to be able to do the same. And like, you know, we're all changing people. So like, even if we're hard to live with at one point in our life, it doesn't mean we will be in even a month or years, you know? Like, I think I must have been hard to live with when I was in college. And now I feel like I'm a really good roommate because I was taught to be a good roommate.
Sure. And maybe you gave that experience to someone else.
I don't know.
I'm just realizing, are you saying I was a bad guest when I was
I'm saying you were the best guest. You're like my brother. It was lovely having you. I wanted you to stay longer.
Oh, I know. It was a party. It was great.
But that, and then I raised quite a bit of money for an organization called the Hope for Us Network when I did my show the first time, One Woman Hamlet, and I was really proud of that.
Amazing, by the way.
It's an amazing organization that
And an amazing show.
Thank you. But they offer free mental health resources for like youth throughout Chicago and a lot of amazing educational programs. So I was really proud of that too.
Do you? Yeah. I mean, I feel like you volunteered so much of your time towards that as well. Did you ever feel at some point it was unsustainable?
Yeah.
Like being that kind, and then you're giving yourself and giving yourself.
Yeah. There was a time when somebody lived with us when I was not in a great mental space, and they were not in a great mental space, and neither was my roommate, and it was not healthy for anybody. And I think that was a major lesson moment of like, sometimes saying no is best for everybody involved.
There's a takeaway.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm not in a place where I can love you because I'm full, it could actually be more toxic for that person. Which is like, you know, every situation is complex and different, but I do genuinely believe that. Like, if you're not in a place to say yes to help somebody, like, you're not gonna help them, you're gonna make it worse.
Yeah, you can for sure.
You can.
Yeah.
And also, like, if you can't show up for yourself, your sustainability of kindness is going to be different. Like, I think it's a quality versus quantity thing. In a lot of, oh, it's that flower I told you about.
Oh my gosh, we were talking about
Look, this is so pretty.
Look at that.
It's a dead flower, but it looks just as pretty as when it's alive. It's a constant evaluation of, you know, what is uncomfortable and what is unsustainable is a different thing.
Oh, you had so many great concepts and things to wrap your brain around in that. I love that.
What about you though? What is your thing you're most proud of, kindness-wise? And then I'm curious how you keep it sustainable.
I think I'm most proud of. I think I'm most proud of the walk across the country and
yeah,
like,
you should be.
Yeah, which, you know, of like recognizing strangers that went out of their way, and then to be able to give them money and say, this is for you, no strings attached, to pay homage back to my professor.
Yeah.
And see them light up and just and be in shock and kind of like that awe that I experienced, to then like be able to give that to them.
Yeah.
It's one of the most amazing things that I've ever been able, I think, to do.
It's super interesting that both of our kindnesses we're most proud of are almost identical to the kind things that were most impactful to us.
Yes.
Super interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder why.
Shocking. Do you find you can keep it sustainable, your kindness, or is it hard for you sometimes?
I can struggle as well.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's, it can be overwhelming sometimes when you, like earlier, you wouldn't bring this up, but I watched you give $10 to someone experiencing homelessness, right? And we walk by people every day in this city, and to feel, I don't know about you, but every time I walk by someone, I feel hurt, I feel sadness, and And I think how that's where I struggle, right? And feeling like I can't help, and sitting in that hurts, and it feels awful, right? And I don't know if this is now so much about sustainability and kindness, but there is something of like, okay, there is.
It is, yeah.
Yes, there is, in the sense of saying, okay, like I have a fund of money that I invest into so that I can help people to help others, right?
Yeah.
So that when I do walk by someone and I have to say, I can't help you today, I can at least know that I am going to help someone, even though I can't help everyone.
Yeah.
I struggle with saying, you can only do so much, and you accept that.
Yeah.
And you hope that other people come on board and solve something as endemic as what it is to be without a home.
Because I struggle with that too, but something that you taught me that goes back to like kindness is being seen. It's like kindness isn't always fixing it.
Yes.
Like kindness, I think every time somebody asks me for money, I look them in the eye and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't today.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think you speak to really beautifully and like have changed a lot of people's minds about. Which is fucking huge. But just to be able to, like, you're a person, I see you, and even if I can't help you today, like, the only reason I was able to give $10 today is because I'm in a better financial position because you got me a job that I love. So, like, I'm just saying,
you got you that job.
Well, no, I mean, I'm very proud of the work I did, but
Yeah,
I'm just
you
saying
should
that,
be.
like, kindness is ripple effect. And, like, because you saw me, I got a job, and now I can give that $10.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Oh.
like,
That's so beautiful.
and like, and also too, and my boss who I work for, you were kind to her and gave her her first job as an artist, which made her start her business. So like, now me and 2 other artists are
That's
employed.
still wild.
Just you seeing people, and I don't think you would have valued those particular kindnesses, but necessarily, but they were life-changing.
Yeah.
And then because of that, we're a resource to give to other people. So like, you know, it doesn't always need to be a perfect fix. I think sometimes just seeing people has way more of a billow effect than like anybody could ever realize.
Thank you for the reminder of just like acknowledging someone's existence is kindness in a way. And
it's a shame that that's so low bar.
It is such a low bar, and it's so easy to forget of just acknowledging and saying you exist, giving people space and listening. When you acknowledge someone, you know, experiencing homelessness, you're listening to them for a second, and they get ignored every day by so many people. And how sad that so many of us ignore people who are literally just asking to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's like a value thing too, right? It's like, we do live in a capitalist culture, and like money is, money is necessary to survive. Like, I think it's for sure something we need, especially to fix issues like homelessness and like, but
oh boy, we could talk.
I'm excited for you to do specials about that.
I have a soapbox about money, and
that's another kindness element about you that I love, is seeing how deeply you affected people experiencing homelessness. Because again, it's not a quantity thing, right? It's a quality of life change, and to be deeply seen and cared for and loved. I just got very proud for you for a second.
No.